Okay, so I got a new breakout box for Christmas, one of my Christmas presents, and it comes with a power supply, 2500 milliamp switch mode power supply. I can use, so I made a connector here. I can connect it to my breakout box. Now I can see how much current I'm drawing. And I fired this up. These two are dead, so I'm going to do a sweep test just to make sure I can see how well this is working before I take it apart. And then I'm going to use this. I'm going to take these stepper motors. So allegedly tachometer and speedometer. So this stepper motor and this stepper motor. So these two, I'm going to pull those off that board and I'm going to swap them. So I have my Pevis 1 connected. It actually is working. This is a gateway out of a 2014 Macan, or no, I think it's out of a 2014 Boxster, but they're all the same. I mean, there's really no difference in the gateways, so you can buy one and use it on many different cars. And I've jumped it a few spots, but now I do have this, so I have communication with it, which is most important. So now I'm going to see about my drive links. All right, so because this is basically Volkswagen, you can't do the separate drive links. So here, we're going to oil temperature display. We're seeing that it's functioning. Our next will be tachometer, which oddly enough the needle is moving. So we'll, I think the motor is back out or something, I don't know. I'm going to be checking that. And the next is temperature. Okay, we got like good connectivity. Fuel level. So that's good. Speedometer, just oddly enough. It's good though as far as the board goes. So I'm not sure what that's all about. Boost pressure display. It's working. Light stability program. Honestly, I don't know what that. I don't see anything for that. Segment test, which is good. We're seeing. That's good. Any colors? We can color them. I saw that. Oh, brake light. I don't know what that light stability program button was. Oh, you know what? I did the button. Yes. Gone. Good. Buzzer. You don't see that. Indicator. Nice. All right, we've done it all. So, I will still take this apart. I think there's some, because the customer did something with it and moved the needles, I think, something like that. I think it'll be fine. So before I take the stepper motors off, it's just the board, but, and I know that looks messy, but it's not. It's actually, I organized that. And that breakout box is really, I mean, it's actually working. So the tape is moving. Oil pressure. That's good. Now we're going to oil temperature. Next is tachometer. That's good. Okay, and then temperature right here. It's moving. Okay, temperature works. I just put painter's tape on those. I'll do fuel level, which is here. It's moving. So that's good. And it's going back. And this is called the sweep test. We will do speedometer. Nice. Moving. So these two stepper motors I'm going to replace in that. All right, then. Boost pressure is right here. Nice. So it's good. Light stability, this. Oh, the segment test. I won't do it because I have. All right, we're good. Oh, the volume's disconnected. All I wanted to do was see if the stepper motors were good, so we're good. I'm going to take, so I confirmed that these stepper motors are good. I'm going to take this stepper motor off and this stepper motor from here, and I'm going to solder them onto this one. To desolder, you have to solder. So I'm going to flux those pins that we see arrowed, and I'm going to add solder, and then I'm going to desolder them. Okay, I got the second one out. This is my tool of choice. It works. I think it works well. You got to make sure this case stays clean. You do not need to buy the tube that they say. Just be diligent. You can find this on eBay, 5 meters for less than $10. So I have my good use stepper motors. This is for tachometer. This is for speedometer. This is actually called the Engineer SS02. I think it works great. It's all metal and it does well. Just got to finagle it a bit. I mean, it takes years to get good at soldering, but just remember this. If you're going to desolder something, flux is your friend. Use flux. There's different kinds of flux, but use flux and add solder before you desolder, and you will be successful. So I'm going to start taking this apart. You have some screws on the back. This comes apart really easy. All the needles are off. I recommend you get a little bit paper stock and you protect the area of the back, the characters, and there's the needles. Typically the cover pops off. I will use a little bit of super uh, clear hot glue and it'll be fine. So you have a connector here, you have a connector here, you have a screw, you have a screw. So you have 3 screws. This one is for the display. Got to be really careful because these are tiny, tiny locks. And these tabs, it's very common for them to break because it's cheap plastic. So when you put the display cable, make sure this is all the way in. And then these just get pushed down. Hard to do one-handed, but it can be done. And you just want to make sure they're all the way down. When you take them out, don't rip because they have a stop. If you rip it out, you're going to break it. Bad one is removed. Got nice, see the through holes? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice through holes. Not to make any confusion, I put T tack B bad. I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to solder the tack one back on. These are really good to have. They're uh, through hole needles, and there's one right there. I'm not going to hit it with any more heat. I'm just going to pop that little piece out with one of these needles. Okay, I got it done. They turned out nice. Speedometer, ST, there's exactly. I'll clean up the board, even though this is actually called no clean flux. I always clean it. Just use some quality alcohol and some Q-tips. So I have the 2 stepper motors replaced, and I'm gonna put it back together and we'll test it. And this is the speaker connector, and it's a little bit, you got it, because it grabs onto the connector, so you got to finagle it to get it out, but everything's possible. I'm going to put the screws back in and we'll test it. I just got this breakout box because I like that it has the switches. You can get one with the voltmeter and the ammeter, but I can run it off my power supply. This is a Porsche gateway, so I'm gonna put these in the can low, can high. I gotta wake up here and then power and ground. But I bought these cheap, but they're good, man. I mean, for the price, can't beat it. So I made this up. It still looks like ass, but it works good for me. And so I use the alligator clip with the little connector inside there, and it just power ground, wake up, can high, can low. Because otherwise, this is a 2005. This was the first year that they uh, had the external gateway, so you'll never get it powered on. First, because I gotta fix the needles tomorrow, but I just want to test it. So we're gonna check oil temperature. Oh, it's going on tach because it goes one. So the tach works. The oil temperature just went, so that's good, and it's centered. Okay, I don't remember which one it's gonna do, but let's see which one's next. Oops. Temperature. It's the wrong needle, but it works. That's normal. It's probably gonna do fuel next. I don't. Hang on. This should be speedo. Nice. And then the last will be, that's normal. Boost. All right, we're gonna be good. I'll put it together. I'll fix the needle. It's done, but I have to put a dab of adhesive in these because this is common because the caps pop off. So thermal adhesive would be good, but like, let's look at this. It's just way too small for this. Otherwise, you don't want the stuff oozing out. So I'm going to resort to super glue. So these are tiny, 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 but you can see inside there that the posts broke off. So I put my light one-handed, and then I put it through the tube, and it's going to be good. This one, I can check this one. Yeah, that'll work out good. I'm going to install the needles. They all appear to have dried really well. Then I'll retest it, and I'll put the cluster back together. I'm still not set up perfectly for my videos, but I spray a little bit of the PTFE into this cup, and then I use a paintbrush like this, and I will put just a dab inside the needle, and then I put a dab on the male part of the metal needle, and then I slightly push them on, and then I'll fire it up, and I want to center the needles, or I want to locate them properly before I push them down all the way. First time powering it on with the needles installed, which they all look really good. So let's see what happens. We're going to put power. We put 12 volt, which comes on. We put 15 power. Let's see what happens. And that looks good. Okay, let us try links. So these are, so you can't choose separate ones like you can on the sports cars. So, all right, we'll go start. Oil temperature, nice. I want to see it max. That's good, and then it's going to go down, and then it's going to go halfway. All right, that's normal after a drive link. We'll go next. Let's see a tachometer. Go full. Nice. We're going to go down to 0, and then we'll go, I don't know if it goes halfway or it bumps up. All right, that's cool. That's what it's supposed to do. Next will be temperature. Nice. All the way down. And then halfway. All right, that's good. Next will be, I think, speedometer. No, fuel gauge. Go max. Go back down. I took a picture of these before. I pulled them, but they could be wrong. Speedometer. Down. Then it's going to pop up. I'm going to move that one down a little. Then I think charge pressure. Oops, I didn't hit it. boost pressure. Okay, it's fully assembled. Clean the glass as best as I could. It gets difficult at times, but it's pretty good. We're going to do a test. We're going to fire it up. We're going to do drive links and go right across the board. And glare off of there. And then it's going to pop halfway. That's what it does until it goes to the next drive link. Pop. And you'll see I'll go to tachometer. Drops down. Tachometer is going to do the same thing. Pops. We're going to go with oil temperature. And then fuel level. Oops. Fuel level. Fuel level didn't go because I hit double tapped it. There. Speedometer. Boost. There, fuel. All right, we're done. So all is good.